Good, thanks. So we're back in Englewood because we had to leave earlier because of their incompetence. We didn't get the paperwork that we needed. The judge didn't have time to see my friend. So I paid his bond so he wouldn't go to jail because he's trying to do the right thing and stay out of jail. You know, in the interest of justice. So here we go again. I want my paperwork. Look who's back. So I need my paperwork.
You need to get
So
the mask.
here's how it's gonna go. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not required to wear a mask. You're either gonna let me go to that window or you're not. And if you're not, then you
cannot
need to go
take-
get my
okay,
paperwork.
You cannot take any pictures.
I actually can.
No, you can.
Yes, I can. And you
Because we
do know
got a
that Englewood
sign.
got sued for this very thing that you're trying to pull right
Okay,
now?
yeah, okay, yeah. It's your
So
right,
if you're
man.
not gonna let me record you, then go to that window and get me my paperwork that they didn't give me earlier. I'll wait right here. Go ahead.
Stay back a little bit.
I'm back far enough.
Ma'am,
Stop with the
you have to
orders.
Follow the rules, please.
Rules.
Yes.
I told you earlier, rules aren't laws.
You can tell it. to
I
your
can
friend.
record anywhere in public. This is public.
Beyond this point.
You just want to control.
Anybody able to come here to help this lady, please? Because she doesn't want to use the mask and she continued to use the.
This guy thinks rules are
recording,
laws.
video, pictures.
Just tell her to bring my paperwork. That's all she's got to do.
She's coming.
You see that woman back there? She's not wearing a mask.
Tell her.
Tell her?
And she'll-
No, I'm not going to tell her. Because she's in charge of herself. She's in charge of her own health. Her body, her choice. She doesn't want to wear a mask. I don't care. Why don't you go give her shit? You know, denying the general public the ability to do court business is going to land another lawsuit in Englewood. You should get educated. So apparently this is how the courts want to conduct business instead of allowing people to go to the window like I did earlier. Hey, Bohica, let's see. I don't know. What's your extension?
My extension,
Mm-hmm.
3152.
Extension 3152 of the Englewood Courts Municipal Building. Some people want to talk to you. They figure you probably have a problem taking an education from a woman, so they want to call and talk to you. Hi, is that my paperwork from earlier?
Yes.
Thank you. We didn't have time to wait.
Okay.
So did they
this is
reset
the
it?
warrant. Yes. And that's the date on the 3rd at 8:30.
Okay, and
Okay.
that's a non-refundable warrant fee. What is it exactly? Is it bail or
A
why are
bond
we
was-
doing this?
Okay, so the bond was posted for, to ensure the appearance. And it is just a, let's see, you posted a cash bond, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I want that back. How do I get that back?
he has to appear, and then you can ask the judge to have that, depending on what happens at the hearing next week.
Okay.
Then you can have the judge, you can make your request at that point in time.
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right. Very good. That's all I needed.
Okay.
Thank you. Would have been much easier to come to the window. Somebody needs to educate him. Seriously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stop making a big deal out of everything. Every time I come here, somebody needs to fire your ass. Ugh, fucking idiot. Okay, done. So, national crisis. All of that could have taken 20 minutes earlier today. Could have got in front of the judge. But somebody apparently is giving donut operator the ability to run the Englewood courts. Real fucking smart. I've been running my ass today. And that fucking incompetence cost me money. Government is malevolent. You remember the stream about government being malevolent? It is. Even badge number is a fucking private security company that the Englewood cops are hiring because the Englewood cops don't want to man the courts because they got sued last time they tried to man the courts. This, you know what? How you have to go about every day expecting this shit. And I knew I got all hemmed up with having to be places today. And Tex that was here early, he is working so hard to set himself free. And I could not leave him hanging because they were going to arrest him. I had no doubts. So I paid his bond because they played so many games. The judge, we finally go in the courtroom. Yeah, I put on a fucking mask to go in the courtroom because the judge has the discretion to kick me out. And that's exactly what I was hoping he could do today because process has changed and they're not live streaming court anymore. So because I wanted to watch it on live stream, they were going to make sure that that wasn't going to happen. So they were going to try to trap me into not wearing a mask and holding secret court, right? So they knew they were going to have to do something. That's why it took them 20 minutes and 4 cops to figure out how they were going to handle this after Tex was told from the beginning it was a closed courtroom. The incompetence in this place. You wonder why they need to prosecute homeless people? This is why. You see it, right? It's mind-blowing. So, yeah, the security company, I don't even know. I should have gone and looked at that. Well, you could just call the Englewood Police Department and they could tell you. I don't know the number. Maybe can somebody look it up? Oh, Bohica, is that the courts? Hey, Defend, how are you? Yeah, that'd be awesome. If people want to make some calls and ask some questions, that'd be great. Don't threaten. Just ask why they allow this kind of incompetence to continue to go on and cost this kind of money. It makes this judge look so stupid. He cannot run a courtroom with this kind of incompetence. I mean, who puts up with that? Who actually puts up with that? Oh, that's right. He's going to say he doesn't have any control of that. But he's got control over whether or not I can walk in that courtroom with or without a mask. Right. So that's the courthouse, Bohica. If you guys are bored and want to help out with the public awareness piece, could you call them and let them know that the whole world watches this stuff and we're sick of government incompetence? I mean, we're sick of a lot of things, but if we could simply axe trying to prosecute the homeless, I wouldn't even have to be here, would I? So I do have to go because I have to drive. I have to be somewhere else here shortly. Some really good things happened today. I don't know if you guys remember the stream. Oh, it's been probably going on a couple weeks ago, where they were sweeping those guys that were staying in tents on Excel property. Well, today a good thing happened. And Walter, I mean, I literally broke down that morning. Walter was carrying that grill that I had given him like 2 sweeps ago when Denver took every single thing he had to survive. And I'd given him this charcoal grill so they could legally cook for themselves. And when they were sweeping them again, that was the first thing he came walking down the hill with in the morning. And I just lost it. I mean, it was too much. I just couldn't take it. And I just had a total breakdown. But anyway, today, Walter went into residential housing on his own. He's very excited for this new opportunity in life. He has a few hurdles to jump, but he's willing to do it. And I got to be the one to take him to do his intake, and we got to celebrate a little bit. He got to tell me how excited he was, that he wanted to do this, and he's very nervous. And I got to talk him through a couple things, and now he's very happy, and I'm happy too. It's a really, really good day. So that's what I had to go tend to on top of this shit show. And I made the right decisions earlier by vacating this shit show, by simply paying the $100 bond for him. And it'll work out. He'll follow through. So I know, right, Defend? Isn't that good news? It's really good news. And no sooner did I leave him there and I come back over here, and he's already texting me pictures of his own space. Imagine being chronic homeless and behind the 8 ball all the time, and having to operate in defense every day, in defense of your survival, in defense of your property, and never really have time to think about how you're going to get in front of the 8 ball. That's been Walter's situation for a lot of years. And he is a really, really good person. And so he deserves us. Of course, he has to be willing to do it. And he is. So, Carol, did you watch the stream this morning? Yeah. Thank you. A 310 prefix. Yeah, no, it's either 303 or 720 if you're calling here. So yeah, that'd be awesome. And if anybody learns something, or there's something you'd like to quote about what you were told, could you please come back to the comments section and leave that there in the comments and see what you find out? I'm sorry, I don't, oh, you missed it, Carol. Okay, yeah, well, earlier was a total disaster. You can watch it. That security guard ends up calling the cops on me. He wastes literally 45 minutes of our time. The court staff can't get their shit together. They tell my friend that it's closed court. It's not closed court, so I had to push back on that. I either needed to be able to view it on YouTube or go in the courtroom, which ultimately I was allowed in the courtroom, even though that's not been procedure through COVID. So they changed the rules today, just to try to trap me again. But they didn't trap me. They got their $100. Tex got his warrant cleared, and we got a court date for next week. So that's kind of the gist of that. But every single time I come in here with my homeless friends, because Englewood loves to criminalize the homeless, this security guard has all of these control issues. Clash, how are you? Stopped in to say hi. Hope all is well. Appreciate all you do. Thank you very much. And I hope you're well. It's good to see you in here on occasion. Thank you. So yeah, if you guys want to make those calls, that'd be awesome. I'd like to hear what they have to say for themselves. And somebody wants to go post the number in the comments when I end this stream. That'd be good. Yeah, we'll see if I get my if I get my $100 back. Because time is money. I don't have time to play these stupid fucking games. I'm trying to do the right thing in the interest of justice. Anybody would say, yes, this is the right thing. This is how you bring people to justice. Except this place can't respect that. So I'm more concerned about making sure that the homeless aren't going to jail for living homeless. So he wouldn't have had to pay bond, Jack, but the judge wouldn't see him. Couldn't see him. Didn't have enough time. We've been working on it for 2 weeks. The last stream I did, we were here. It was going okay. But then the clerk staff decided that they do walkthroughs on Wednesday now. Instead of just resetting those like they've done in the past, they wanted to make it a little more difficult for him. I'm just simply support. I'm not providing legal advice to them. That would be against the law, and I'm well aware of that. But these people are afraid because they go to jail on a whim whenever county jails decide they want to take somebody in during COVID. They go to jail, and more of them are going back to jail. Tex is a good guy, tries to live under the radar, doesn't want problems, but will not come here in fear of arrest. So he just wants me to kind of walk him through the process. I can legally define process for the homeless, and I do that on a regular basis. And more of them are starting to spread the word that they do have rights and that they should exercise their rights and that they are entitled to court-appointed counsel. So, and I have no doubts that they want to hold them hostage based on inability to pay. So they're stepping up their game. I listened to a court case this morning as we went into the courtroom, and another girl was called before Tex, even though he was there long before she was. We wanted to make things as difficult as they could. But the judge effectively asked this girl if she could pay bond, and she said no. She also was there to clear warrants or whatever. She had a couple cases. Then he wanted to know if she was interested in therapy. First, she agreed to it, and then he said, well, it's going to cost $300. And she said, oh, well, okay, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that, but yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. He said, well, so you have money to pay for that? And she's like, yeah, I guess I have money to pay for that. And he's feeding her more bullshit about why she needs to go to therapy and all this and blah, blah, blah. It's domestic violence and yada, yada. And then he says, so you do have cash on hand, so you can pay for this class, but so you can't pay a bond? What do you think he got out of her? He got bond money out of her. She was getting railroaded, and she had no clue what was going on. None whatsoever. So, people have got to understand that they have rights. They should ask more questions at the podium in a court of law. I don't care if it's municipal, county, federal, whatever. If you don't understand what's going on and you're confused, you need to get that on the record. I cannot say that enough. If you feel like your rights are being violated, you need to get that on the record, because a judge cannot continue proceedings if you're stating that you don't understand your rights or what's going on. So Oh, they won't answer the phone? Call over to the Englewood Police Department. Englewood, Colorado Police Department, because they'll know who contracts. I believe they are the ones that probably contract this security for the courthouse. It's a constant problem. But I will say, last week when Tex and I were here on that Wednesday, donut operator was not working. It was another younger guy. He did his job. He did it perfectly. He didn't give anybody any shit. He didn't say a word to me about recording. He did his job, got the person through the metal detector, Tex. Cordial, sat back down, not another issue. So we were able to get in there, but the results are, as you see this week. So, all right, you guys, thank you very much for paying attention, for being active, and any follow-up you want to give to the Englewood, the city of Englewood in general. I don't know. Let the mayor know. She knows how disgusted I am with most of their operations. Let city council know. I mean, I don't think they care, but the police department, I mean, you know, just let them know your thoughts on government. I would appreciate it. So you guys take care. Now I have to go do something else. Thank you.